Hi, I'm John Vargas, and I'm a singer-songwriter. My love for the bossa nova started as a young child, where I recall Jobim's Girl from Ipanema was playing on all of the radio stations. It was everywhere. In my 20s, I found an independent radio station that was playing classic Brazilian bossa nova. It was pure delight discovering the songs of the most popular bossa nova artists from the 1950s and 60s. In 2013, my son David and I began composing our own bossa nova songs for release on our 510 Jazz albums and singles. I read a superb book from author Rui Castro, which tells the story of the bossa nova founders like Antonio Carlos Jobim, Vinicius de Moraes, Elis Regina, Roberto Menescal, and so many others. Their songs tell stories of the simple pleasures in life, like sun, sand, and sea. These songs possess such exquisite musicality with an air of elegance and simplicity. Amid these legendary musicians is João Gilberto. He started singing popular songs in the early 50s and then spent several years experimenting with his guitar, developing that classic bossa nova sound. In 2019, we decided to release an album entirely comprised of this sound. We dedicate this album to the pioneers of the world's most beautiful musical genre, the bossa nova.
Hello, I'm David Vargas, also known as D-Varg from all the 510 Jazz albums. I'm a rapper, a songwriter, and a music engineer. I've listened to bossa nova as far back as I can remember. Memories from my childhood come to mind as my father John would sing and listen to Antonio Carlos Jobim tunes. What's striking to me is how my journey has come full circle. It's really been a blessing from God to work on bossa nova originals with my father, John Vargas, my family members, and of course all the stellar musicians who breathe musical life into our lyrics and melodies. From acoustic nylon to the electric guitar, flute, strings, keys, vibes, drums, sax, and percussion, all nicely intertwined creatively working together. Not to mention the singers who constantly inspire and champion bossa nova with us, each musician adding their own flair and style. This is bossa nova, how it should be, and this is our album. This is your album, a musical representation. This is the bossa nova.
South Texas, I'm from the East Bay. She likes her eggs scrambled, mine over easy. Men are from Mars, well I read that somewhere. No book can tell me where she's coming from. Something about her, it's got me spellbound. Pulled by that magnet, fatal attraction. Oh, fatal attraction.
I'm slow with romancing, he's in a hurry. I like to take back roads, he likes the fast lane. Look at the stars and enjoy the fresh air. Every day brings a brand new rising sun. Why make it so hard? Relax and slow down. He's just an addict, fatal attraction. No need to hurry. Good things in life are worth the wait.
I'm on a mission. Her charms drive me crazy. Ooh, fatal attraction, fatal attraction. must find some way.
He has to slow down and meet me halfway.
Can't go to bars, but there must be somewhere. That place where we can relax and have fun. One day we'll get there, but for the moment, can't kick this habit. Fatal attraction. Oh, fatal attraction. Fatal attraction. Attraction.
your love is so unreal to me. When I look into your eyes and see, yeah, the realization that you're down with me. From one to one, it's you and me, yeah. Baby girl, you got it. Show all about it. So won't you come and be with me, yeah. Just can't deny it. Ain't mad about it. Ooh, girl, you set me free. Yeah, I know you feel the same way too. Certified is just the way it is. From one to one, this love's so true. Yeah, baby girl, you got it. Show all about it. So won't you come and be with me? Yeah, just can't deny it. You set me free. One chance love, talking real love. One chance love for me. One chance love, certified love, confirmed from above. Confirmed from above. Anyone can plain to see. You are my true love. Yes, you are. Certified love. The only one from up above. Yeah, hey, hey, hey. Talking real, talking real. One chance love for me. One chance love for me. Certified love. Confirmed from above. Anyone can claim to see. Anyone completely see, yeah. One chance love. One chance love. Talking real, talking real. One chance love for me. This is one certified love. Oh, confirmed from above. Anyone can claim to see. Anyone can claim to see. Oh, the one chance love. Oh, certified love.
Hey Algie,
Yo,
you ready to do this, man?
yeah, I'm ready. Let's do
Tell
this.
the people.
Luke 19:40 says that if we don't cry out and praise God with a loud voice, the rocks are gonna cry out. That the rocks are gonna cry out. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to know. The rocks are gonna cry out, crying out for me.
The time is now for all God's people. Build a holy nation. What's your denomination? God don't really care. Lift up your voices, come on, praise His name out loud. If you don't praise Him, then the rocks will cry out loud. If you don't praise Him,
The rocks are gonna cry out.
if you don't praise
The
Him,
rocks are gonna cry out.
if you don't praise Him,
The rocks are gonna cry out.
the rocks are gonna cry
The rocks are gonna cry out.
I must confess I was a mess until Lord Jesus saved me. But now I'm blessed and resting safely in His care. Lift up your voices, come on, praise His name out loud. If you don't praise Him, then the rocks will cry out loud. If you don't praise Him,
The rocks are gonna cry out.
if you don't praise
The
Him,
rocks are gonna cry out.
if you don't praise Him,
The rocks are gonna cry out.
the rocks are gonna cry
The
out.
rocks are gonna cry out.
If you don't praise Him,
The rocks are gonna cry out.
if you don't praise
The
Him,
rocks are gonna cry out.
if you don't praise Him,
The rocks are gonna cry out.
the rocks are gonna cry, 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 cry. I was lost, but now I'm found. And if I don't praise
kinda lazy, don't wanna get dressed. My attitude's on a whole nother level, borderline classy, somewhat ghetto, but you love me. Yeah, yeah, love me. I know I drive you crazy, crazy. But you love me anyway, love me anyway, love me anyway. You love me, knowing you can't change me, can't change me. Love me anyway, love
All right. Good afternoon, and welcome to the Indie Live Spot. Right here, we're streaming live on YouTube, right here from our stream GHP Radio, and we're very excited about today because we have a great, wonderful guest. You just got through hearing a track there from her latest, and just welcome our guest, Miss Lisa Addeo is here in the house. Welcome.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hi, you guys. Thanks
Hello.
for having me. This is fun.
Well, welcome. We're really excited about having you on the show today, and we just actually played the titled track from your latest Listen to This. It's very
cool.
nice, very nice.
Thank you. That was fun. That was a fun tune.
Yeah.
They all are, actually.
Well, who worked with you actually on that particular track there? Or because I know there's probably been some more people involved with the whole project as well.
Well, Niels produced it. So Niels and I were working on a bunch of stuff. I sent him a lot of songs way back when, and we start working on it. And he said, how many songs do you want to do on your album? I said, well, let's shoot for 10. There's 15,
Yeah.
If 10 is good, 15 is better. So I was, sitting down for just a little, I don't know, writing session. I'd call it a writing session, and I just sit down and start working, and I went, oh, that kind of sounds cool. And then I play it again. I'm like, yeah, I kind of like that.
Mhm.
You want to hear it? I can show you what I did.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not quite mic'd up or anything, but so I was sitting. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I need two hands. He goes, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. He said, I like it. Let's keep it going. So
That's all right.
that's how,
Brother.
Yes. And so when I sent him the little snippet of it, I said, Niels, listen to this. And he said, well, that could be the title of the song. I said, I know. I said, I think it should be too. I said, maybe the title of the record. He goes, yeah, we all got excited.
Awesome.
I love this.
It's always fun. It's always a fun adventure because you don't know where it's going to go.
You're right. Yeah.
Right. And then it takes on its own life, and all of a sudden it grows into, it's probably like, a child. When a child gets to be their own personality, it takes on its own personality, and then you just got to let it go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
wing and a prayer.
Yes, indeed.
So anyway.
Wow. Well,
Oh, I love it when our guests play live. I love it.
Well, I could sit here all day and do that.
Ah.
And you make it look so easy. You just sat there and you're like, no big deal. How long have you been playing the piano? Since when?
Oh my gosh. I think like 5 or 6. My mom and dad had to leave town for a funeral. So my sisters and I went and stayed with a friend. We didn't have relatives in Florida at the time. And so she had a piano in her home. And I just, went over to it like all children do.
Right.
And I playing. And so she taught me a song. You want to hear this is the first song.
Yes.
This is the first song I ever learned on piano. And I played it over and over and over. My family said, "We're sick of that song. Play this." I played it backwards. That was all I could figure out how to do.
Oh, how funny.
That's funny. So then they finally gave me lessons and I was off to the races. And I loved it.
Wow.
It was a challenge. It was a fun challenge. And playing, you can kind of see how you can improve. You see your improvement, and that's always really fulfilling when you can do something. The first time it's not so good, and the second time it's a little better, and then you finally get to the point where you feel like you own it, you've got it under your belt, and then you want to share it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a journey, It came like oh wow, this is fun. I'm enjoying it. For my friends, so that's what I'm doing now.
Right.
Awesome.
That's awesome. And one real quick technical question, because since I know you play the piano every day, how often do you have to have that piano tuned?
A lot. It really needs to be tuned right now. I mean, the humidity, I'm in South Florida.
Right.
South Beach, and the humidity really wreaks havoc on it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And so I'm not sure I play like every day, but I play enough. And the more you tighten the strings, it's kind of like a guitar. And then you think of plucking the strings, and the strings sort of stretch a little bit, and they kind of have to come and tighten them again.
Yeah.
So I get it tuned a lot. That's the downside of having a big grand piano. Electric. So much easier. It never goes out of tune. But and the tuner comes over and I leave because I can't handle hearing it for an hour. My ears are and then I come back and then I pick through it. And I'm just so grateful that the tuners that I work with, they allow me to say, that's out. And they hear it and they fix it. I mean, I have 88 keys and I don't know how many. There's probably 360 strings that they all have to tune, and some of the notes have 3 strings and they all have to vibrate the same frequency.
Exactly.
Right.
So this is out.
Be off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know because I figure, well, you don't move the piano, just once you're moved in, that it stays right there. Because I know moving it also jiggles and you have to get it tuned again. But because I know because you play often, and plus with the weather, it's like, how often do you have to actually tune that instrument? So I was just wondering.
Every 3 months, every 4 months, at the most every 6. It's funny because I have another one. I have a Kauai that's been tuned since I actually studied with Ella Fitzgerald's accompanist, Paul T. Smith.
Wow.
He was amazing. I heard him play and I made my way through the audience. I said, I have to study with you. And he said, no, I don't really have a lot of students. He said, it's a labor of love. I said, okay. I said, do you teach? He said, yeah, but you have to audition. I'm like, when?
Absolutely.
Let's do it now.
I can do this. So I went over and he me as a student. And so he helped me find my first piano to buy, which bought right after I came back from playing a month at Radio City Music Hall with Liberace.
Wow.
And before that, I had only rented a spinet. I had a rented spinet. And I thought, I deserve a piano. Liberace had all these pianos, these 9-foot pianos with mirrors on them and Swarovski crystals.
Yeah,
and
they're all blinged. Yeah.
All right. And I thought I want to get a piano. So I got a loan through my musicians union. Thank you, Local 47 in Hollywood. And bought my first grand piano, but I tuned it and tuned it and tuned it a lot. And then when I would move, it really held a tune. And I think, Grizz, I think it was from being tuned so much, you know, you know what I mean? Maybe it held better. So.
Wow, that you were lucked out on that one, and you didn't have to get it tuned again once you moved.
I know. Eventually,
it jiggled a lot.
It jiggled a lot, and then it's in a new environment, so you need to let it sit there and climatize.
Exactly.
So you want to tune it immediately.
Yeah. A lot of people don't. Well, since if they don't play the instrument or they don't have the knowledge about it, whether they play it or not, but if they have some knowledge, they know you have to do certain things here and there, and then you have to wait. Or if you're from a dry to humid climate, you got to let that instrument get used to that climate.
Exactly. I lived in Arizona, and that piano lived in Arizona with me for like 10 years, and then it moved to Florida. It was like, whew.
Yeah, big difference.
My skin looked better here because it wasn't all dry.
Yeah, more moisturizing.
We're moisturizing when you walk outside. It's true.
Exactly.
It's a girl thing, you guys. Don't worry.
I know, right?
We'll just have topics at some point in time.
Well, let me ask you this: since this they didn't open up from the pandemic, are you gonna be doing any live performances?
Right now, I have a performance booked in Las Vegas outside. And then October is also outside at Art Goods Catalina Jazz Tracks Festival on the beach. So I'm actually playing the first note. The first musical sound is going. I'm playing the first one to open the Jazz Tracks Festival, and it was dark last year, obviously, because of COVID. So so I have some gigs coming up. Looking forward to more because I can't wait to get out and play for people. So. It's really fun, and I'm looking forward to whatever comes my way to be in front of more of my fans. I can't wait.
That'll work. That'll work. Damn, I forgot.
I've done that.
Shame on you, Ray. Shame.
Boy, that's kind of unusual.
Lost it.
I lost that one.
I'm sorry.
I really did.
Fault.
I lost that question.
Joyce, help the man out. Please fill in.
Okay, I'm here for the rescue. Well, Lisa, we talked off the air about a group that was just formed by Paula Atherton called Jazzy Sisters, and that's where I met you. Tell us about how you feel. I know you said something off the air, but I want the listeners, because there are some other women who are in the chat right now who are also in the same arena that we're in. And explain what you explained off the air, how we should treat each other and support each other.
Oh, definitely. I don't see the chat. My chat box is empty, so maybe I'm not seeing yours. But what I was saying is, I think there's 7 of us in this group, and it's all, we're called Jazzy Sisters. It's females, and I love the camaraderie that we have. I said that. There's some people that feel competitive, but I feel like there's enough for everybody to go around. I feel like this is an abundant universe. There's a lot of fans that like different things a little bit more and a little bit less. Mm-hmm. So the best part of this group is that we all get to share, our ideas, our secrets, our fears. I really feel supported in this group, and I feel like I support them. Like when I'm on my live stream, and if I know some of you guys are watching, I know you're pulling for me, just like I'm pulling for you. We're all the same. We're all the same. We all want to do our best. We all sometimes get a little stage fright or nervous. We all wonder if what we're doing is good enough,
Ooh, that part.
Right? And so we're all here to tell each other, yeah, you are. What you do. And I said, I think I wrote a chat to all of us. I said, I support each and every one of you. You are your own unique expression through your music. That's your conversation is your words. It's like your personality. You're just expressing who you are, what you feel, what you're thinking, and sharing it. And I love that we have that. And I would love to have more, female artists in that group. That would be a gas.
Yes, it
So-
would be.
You just got to drop your ego, drop whatever ideas you have about, maybe somebody doesn't like you, or maybe you do something not as good as somebody. It's like, no, it's girl time. It's girl time. And you know what's cool? We all have that in common. How many friends do you have that are recording artists or that are, striving to do? I have a gazillion girlfriends. Not one of them is involved in music. So this is my new music family. So
Right.
to be there.
Well, I'm looking forward to the next one. So I have to admit, I had no idea who was going to be on the panel. And I said, my God, there's Cindy Bradley too. I'm like, what am I doing here?
She's so cute. Isn't she the cutest little thing?
She's adorable. She was like, have I met you? I said, no, Cindy, I know you. You don't know me, but nice to meet you. So and thank you. And I got to discover even more about you, and I was just totally impressed. And also, let me read this. My notes here: chart topping, 22 weeks plus, and at this time you have the most spins of 2021 on the chart.
Wild.
Fantastic.
Do we have some confetti?
I know. Really. You know.
Stand outside and
Streamers.
So my question is, what this panel consists of doing? What is the plan in that?
What is the plan and what? I'm sorry?
In the panel that y'all are on.
Oh,
Is it gonna
Jazzy
be-
Sisters?
Well,
Yes.
you know what? That's a really good question. We're trying to figure that out as we go along. I mean, I don't know what our goal is. I don't know. I'm not sure what inspired Paula to do this, but I think it's kind of morphing into its own. And for me, it's about sharing the sisterhood of my other girlfriends in music.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The sisterhood. I mean, really, I'm sharing, I find out things about Spotify, or I have a chart about this or that. And it's like, you guys, this is the new news, because the algorithms for everything change like every minute and a half.
Yeah.
So I post that to the girls. It's like, check this out, get this out. Like SoundCloud just started monetizing. I said, get this out to your fans, post up here, just ideas that I think maybe we can help each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
That's what I got out of it too.
What's that?
That's what I got out of it too. And I think I said in the meeting. Now, Mac, this will be Tony, I think, was the one who set it up. Although Paula was the creator, Tony set it up, and she explained it will be edited and it will be presented to the public. And we don't know exact date, and so other people can hear our thoughts, how we share our thoughts about who we are and what we've been through.
Man, that
That's
sounds
right.
interesting.
Talk about that. That's right, Mac. So yeah, as soon as you
Okay.
figure it out, let us know, because we
I
know.
know, but I'm here for the journey.
We're just there. It's like a couple girls got a little glass of wine. I'm like,
Yeah.
boy.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. Sound like it
No,
might
don't
be a
get him
party
started
over
on
there.
that.
Yeah.
Party.
Don't get him started because he's competitive. He can't hold his liquor. He'll crash out in the middle of the show, like he did one time before with Bickley Rivera. So anyway, no. But when you guys were talking about, comparing yourself to someone else, and when Gary invited me to become one of the co-hosts, because it was him and Ray, because for a long time it was Gary first. It was just him. And then he got Ray involved to be one of the co-hosts. And then I became involved because they invited me into the group. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not an interviewer type person. When I've compared myself to someone else, another friend of mine, I said, but because you come up with facts and stuff, and I'm like, wow, it's like a walking encyclopedia of knowledge of this. And I was like, I'm not like that. She's had years of, experience interviewing musical artists and stuff. So I was like, I'm not like her, but then I am not her. I have to be me. I had to like do that in my own brain. I was like, no, she does her because that's her style. I have to do me.
Right.
So I finally got to where I became comfortable doing this. kind of comfortable in my own skin and finding my own spot in this,
this arena. Well,
thank you. Yes. I could think of where I'm like, not venue, but yeah.
Well, just not getting off the beat of it. But me and Gary started this about 18 years ago, and Gary was doing it all by himself, and I said, well, he finally said, come on, Charlie. I said, well, okay, then I'll give it a shot. And there it is, So we've been doing this a while.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So now it's better with somebody, right? It's better to do stuff in partnership. It's just more fun.
It really is.
It makes it easier on Gary.
It makes it easier, because like I said, since of the technology,
Yes.
because he was just, calling on the phone, they talk over the phone and he recorded and he'll play it back. Now, since we are able to do it on Skype, we can see each other and talk to each other.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And before they could not hear or see us, now they can see us and the artist. So we started bringing in the technology. Gary is awesome with this technology.
Cool.
He is.
Well, thank you very
And
much.
also does the graphics and everything. So that's why when I send out, I said, send us a couple of photos. That way he can choose if he's going to use just the one or both to create the poster. So that's all Gary.
Gary, are you
That's Gary,
Did you hear that? She invited you, Gary. Are you available?
Oh, yes, of course.
These live streams, it's like I do everything myself. So Gary, I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's like, well, wait, let me set that up, and I think I told you guys one time I started to stream, and I'm like playing along, and I look down, and there's nobody there, and I'm thinking, hey, I've been doing this like 12 minutes. Something must be wrong, and I looked at one thing, and there's all the streams are on, all my channels are on, and I forgot to start streaming.
Yeah.
Well,
these things do happen. They definitely do, and
yeah. Hey, believe me, because we've had our little. Go ahead, Gary. Tell them about when Yvonne caught you.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Why they caught you? Remember when we were supposed to be off the air and just play music?
Oh yeah.
You forgot to turn something off.
Yeah,
mic?
that's happened. Yeah, that's happened a few times too. Yeah, the mic.
Let flash or something.
Yeah, the mic's still on, and we're still talking. We're thinking we're off air, and so people.
And YJ, she's in the chat room right now. She's like, Gary, we can hear you.
Yeah, so I totally get it.
Yeah, but
we've had embarrassing things happen too, where it happened to Paula, and who else? Oh, Jazz and Pink.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, what's her
Gail
name?
Johnson.
Gail Johnson.
Yeah, Gail.
We had some technical issues, and we had to reschedule. We were live, and something just happened, and we had to stop. Those are the embarrassing parts. Although Paula, she was just a jewel, and so was Gail. They were just fairly relaxed. Oh, no problem. We'll reschedule. So I appreciate them for being patient.
Oh,
but that's something that you're harder on yourself than the actual person.
Well, you really got to think, we just small fries in a big old pond, but
small
cheese,
fries in a big old
small fries in a big old pond.
That doesn't make sense. You mean small fish, not fries. He's hungry, people. It's because he's hungry. That's why.
You're making me hungry.
I know, right?
But see, the thing is, we just small. We're small. But you just think the national, some of the radio stations, mainstream radio stations, they have problems. TV, they have problems.
Oh yeah.
So I don't feel bad about it.
No, but you still, you have your honored guest, and we're excited. We're excited to hear about Paula. So excited to hear about Gail, and then we go, oh, so it's not going to happen today. But it doesn't happen often.
Right.
But some things are just beyond our control. And
Mm-hmm.
no, but Gary, I think Gary takes it harder than anybody because then
Yeah.
we tell them, hey, it's okay, Gary. You're doing because
Right.
sometimes when you're relying on somebody else's technology to project what you have, they can make changes
Without
that you're not
telling
even
you.
aware about. So
That's
that can
all the
happen.
time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's
Now,
all the time.
Lisa, I really, really love the name of your show, One Girl and 88 Keys.
Oh yeah.
I think that's so classy and
It is.
just lovely. Just and it's you. It's just like your whole aura of what you have going on there. So that's wonderful. How long you been
Mhm.
doing it?
Well, I mean, I started streaming, I think, in January live. I was doing videos before and trying to figure out all the tech stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went live, I think, in January, but I think I came up with the name maybe like 2 months ago. And it just, kind of crossed my mind. And I thought, one girl, 88 keys. And it's one girl, 88 keys. I felt like David and Goliath trying to. And this thing can be a beast, So
Uh-huh.
like slaying this beast, I sit down and
Right.
and so yeah, but I love it. I love what I do, and I'm so grateful and honored that people like what I do too. I mean, I'm so honored for the number one song so far of 2021 as far as the most spins, and it's been on the chart 22 weeks. I mean, that's a long time. It's number one in recurrent this week, and and Listen to This went to number one. So I mean, I'm so grateful, and it gives me, like Grizz, when you were talking about, you kind of had to figure out yourself, and you really had to gain your own confidence, and it's given me the confidence to say, wow, what I'm doing people like, so I'm gonna do more of it and even do better, like give 100% and then a little more. So so One Girl 88 Keys is kind of interesting. It's working out, and I'm getting more and more followers and every week. I love when I sit down at the piano and I wait to see who comes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
at the beginning, I'm nervous. It's like, what do I say to them? I don't know what to say. And then it's so, I'm like, who's that? And like some guy last night. Was that last night? No, 2 nights ago. It was from Minnesota. I'm like, and he was a new listener. There were a lot of new listeners and new people come to chat, and it's just great because that's all we have right now is our little cameras to reach out to each other.
Yeah.
And,
I know.
But the thing that you on the charts are what, 20 weeks?
22, yeah.
22? Well, 22. I think the people at the Grammy should be looking at this. Anybody that's on the chart that long, they deserve a Grammy.
You're so sweet. You're so
I
sweet.
agree.
It was Listen to This was submitted for the artwork. The Grammys have a certain notification. You have to like release a song within a certain time period for it to be eligible. They have some real strict parameters. Yeah. So
Well, they're gonna select whoever they want to select anyway. So
cool.
that's the way that go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that tune was great. I wrote that with Adam Hawley, who plays guitar. He's a great producer, great working. And of course, Jeff Ryan, it was on High Heels. And Jeff was he sounded so good. And the way, and my favorite part of that song is at the very end when we both like play together. It was just so much fun.
Yeah.
So it just came together. That's one of the things that came together. Adam and I were working on it, and I said, I can't remember if it was me or Adam that said, maybe we should think of like saxophone. I said, saxophone would be really great. And he said, well, let me put Jeff. I said, great. If he likes the song, that's the first thing I would say.
Yeah.
Do you like music? Do you like the song? You feel like you want to get in there and be part of it? And he was all over it. So yeah, it was fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's very good. Very fantastic. In fact, I wanna let our listeners and viewers check it out right now, and then we'll come back and talk some more. So, now, is there anything that you would like to tell us about? Anything interesting or fun that going in the making of it, of the track? Did you have? I mean, I know you probably had to, being that it was COVID, you had to probably do what, exchange files and stuff like that over
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We totally collaborated in cyberspace. Before COVID, Adam came. He did the Dave Cause, was it the Summer Horns tour?
Yeah.
He was down in South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and finally met him face to face. I mean, we were working on the tune and hadn't met face to face. Same with Nielsen. We worked online in cyberspace together for a year before, I flew out to LA to meet him.
Yeah.
So I went and met Adam and met Dave again. And that was fun. And I'm like, it was just great connecting in person.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have a studio in my house and I work on stuff and I send it to Adam and he sends it back. And same with Nils. I worked on stuff and went back and forth and you keep moving and everybody stays. It's great to work with pros because they're reliable, they're responsible, they're dependable, they show up on time, and they're both workhorses, and so am I. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First, I went out to Neil's studio. We were sitting in there, and I don't think he moved for like 6 hours.
Wow.
I stood up, I'm having my tea and I'm, standing and walking, and he's just a workhorse. And I thought I was a workhorse.
Yeah.
So High Heels with Adam Hawley featuring Jeff Ryan is a blast.
All right. Very nice. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and have a listen and stuff and enjoy. I know everybody's going to enjoy it. And then we'll come back and talk some more with our great, wonderful guest, Miss Lisa Addeo, right here on the Indie Live Spot. Keep it locked right here.
Thank you.
There's a chair.
I sounded like a scary, creaky door.
All right, we're back. We're back. And that was wonderful. That was the wonderful sounds of our guest, Miss Lisa Addeo. And that was High Heels. Man, that was nice. You know, I hear that. I hear that a lot when I'm driving, and I have watercolors on. And I used to hear it all the time, and I'd be like, "Oh man, this is nice."
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, watercolors and all the radio programmers. I mean, just I'm so grateful for all their support. It's exciting, and I'm just grateful because it gets the music out there. You
Yes,
know.
it does. Absolutely, absolutely. Gosh. So what you got planned for the rest of the year? I know some people are starting to get back on their schedules and things.
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
What's coming up right away is I was in rehearsal this morning. I'm doing a new visualizer for my next single. And yeah, I'm actually going to do. I don't know if I can pull it off, so I'm trying something different. I'm gonna go down to the beach, and I'm gonna do some videos down on the beach.
Oh, that'd
Cool.
be nice.
And I have a surprise guest. I did a remix of one of my songs, and I have a surprise guest. I don't know if I should tell you, but it's a really cool. It's a really cool version of one of my songs. Okay, here's what I can tell you. It's a cool version of my songs on my Listen to This album.
Yeah.
And it's a different mix, and I have a surprise guest on there, and it's called the Cabana Mix.
So this guest, what instrument is this guest playing?
Percussion.
Ooh.
Who could that be?
Ooh.
Come on, chat room. Can you guess?
Uh-huh.
Throw some names out there. See if we can guess who it is. That would
But
be
you s-
interesting.
Yeah, that would be.
Do I have to tell you? I have to tell you if they're right.
I'm gonna say some initials. SE.
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
Oh darn! I was
That would have been perfect though, Gary.
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
Vienna type thing. You know, it had to be a little bit Latin flavor, obviously, to it.
Hey, I have an idea.
Okay.
If anybody guesses it, I'll send them my CD, my Listen to This.
Ooh!
Did y'all hear that?
Ooh, incentive, people. Come on.
Incentive.
Let us down. Don't let us down. Let's go.
Check the chat, Gris. See if anybody gets it right.
I've been looking at it. Oh, Costello's going to say the same one, Sheila E.
I wish. I met her.
Great minds alike.
Who was that?
Costella.
Hi, Costella. I wish I could see chat so I could say hi to people. So I met Sheila E. Actually, I was invited to Ringo's. Would it be his 70th birthday?
Okay. Okay.
Probably around that age, yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, at Capitol Studios, and she was there. She walked in, and I didn't even see her face first. I saw what she had on. She had on the coolest outfit. It was like this leopardy and coat flowing, and her boots. I'm like, that is such a cool outfit. I looked up and I'm like, oh my God, Sheila, it's Lisa Addeo, and it was so nice to meet her. She was awesome.
That bad.
You know, that's kind of wild. The first thing you gonna look at is the female's clothing before you look up and see who it was.
That is so true.
Oh,
I don't know. It's a girl.
women do it all the time.
But especially with her, because she does have really cool, funky clothes.
Yeah.
Cool, funky.
I mean, I look at what she wears too. Normally, I wouldn't care, but with Sheila E., I'm just always interested in what she's going to wear. It's always something interesting.
Right.
She wears on stage. So.
We should invite her Jazzy Sisters, Joyce.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
That would be nice.
That'd be fun.
So Westbound said he guessed Bickley Rivera because he plays the tin pan.
The timpanis?
The actual metal, the metal.
Timbales?
No.
Steel drums.
Steel pan, thank you.
Steel drums.
Oh, I love steel drums. Nope,
Yeah.
sorry. No.
And she's in Florida too, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yep, she is.
Steel drums are so beautiful. I've
They
written
are.
songs trying to get a steel drum. Oh, I just love that. I mean, the Bahamians and the island mon. I mean, it's just
It is nice.
heart lives there.
Yep.
It really
Yeah.
does.
And she is amazing on those drums. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
But you know
Uh,
what? It could be anybody in Sheila E.'s family when you think about it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
well, I was thinking about the young man that played. He played in The Lion King, and he was with Michael Bolton for a good while. But I know it's not Trey Balfour.
No, I don't know if my guy is. I don't think he was with Michael, but he's toured with some
Big
really
names.
big names.
Okay.
Mm.
Interesting. Interesting.
Oh, that could
We're
be.
guessing this off
I
the air.
love guessing games.
I
I know,
know.
While they're guessing, tell us about your cover art. How your hair up here. I think it's just the best picture, and your photographer.
Oh,
How this happened. I love it.
That is cool.
easy. It was easy. We just did it like 4 times. I sat at the piano. You want me to demonstrate?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go for it. Show us.
I sat at the piano and I put my hair like this, right? Just kind of went like this and then went like that.
Yeah.
And caught it perfectly. That is so cool.
I did it like 4 times. It's like, okay, 1, 2, 3.
He nailed it, or she nailed it. You know.
And
And
then
your photographer.
He was a guy named Mark Aarons who I found. I did a gig down in Hollywood, Florida. Gosh, a while ago, and he was the videographer on the gig. And I saw his equipment, and I saw his attention to detail. You know, he wanted to go around and get the best, angles, and said, okay, this lighting needs to be here. And I'm like, I got to have that guy, So what did I do? I was doing a video for something and hired him. And I said, you also do still photography? He's like, oh, yeah, I do. I said, well, good. Then we have to work on that. So I brought him to the shoot. And, yeah, we had a fun time doing that. And then I did a hair flip tutorial. I was like, how did you do that? Was that Photoshop? It's like, no, you just go bang, bang,
Well, you have that kind of bang bang hair. Mine wouldn't move. I don't think.
Yeah, mine wouldn't do that either. Aside from too short. But even if I had long hair, mine would be just like a.
Yeah, mine wouldn't work either. Sorry, I'd have to get a wig
to do that.
for my hair to fly like that. It wouldn't work.
Oh, Carmen guessed Marcus Gilmore.
Good guess, but
no dice, Carmen. Sorry.
Wow.
sorry. Carmen.
Come on, guessing. YJ, I don't think it's Bigley's husband because I don't think he's traveled with big names.
Towards the end of the show, I'll tell you who I played with.
Okay.
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 Okay, Cynthia Adams just said, oh, no, sorry. Carmen came up with Nate Smith. Nope. Okay,
Nope.
Costello said Jeff Ballard. No. Keep guessing. Come on, peeps. Keep guessing to see if you can win that CD.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll check some more in the meantime. Also, I was interested also, Lisa, so what actually put you on the map?
What put me on the map?
Yeah.
I think listen to this.
Okay. Okay.
I mean the song, not I don't call it a CD.
Okay.
I mean it was number one. I think I don't know how. I don't know. I don't really know. I
You were
think
doing things before that. You were successful before that.
Right.
I was doing a lot of things before that, and I had a song from my Hotel California CD. I had 2 songs. One I wrote called "Smile for Me," and that was recorded in Europe, in Swedish. It was recorded by a Swedish artist, by a different artist.
Yeah.
And then I had a song that I wrote called "Desert Hideaway," and that was played, but it was nationally played. It was played a lot in the UK, England, kind of grabbed onto that. But as far as America, it wasn't really as nationally played as, all these songs are.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I think the presence of the internet too could have helped.
Yeah.
I've had my website since like when the internet first came out, like early '90s. I'm like, this is cool,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had my website since then. So I've had it's total grassroots. I do everything myself. I run my own record company.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I'm the arranger, the writer, the composer, the singer, the piano player, the tech person.
Yeah.
So I think just, I talk to a lot of people and they say, well, what was your secret? It's like the secret is never stop, never give up. If you believe in yourself and you hear that, and it sounds, at the risk of sounding cliche,
yeah.
It's
true.
Can't help it, but because you have something you want to share.
Yeah.
And
you just keep plugging away.
Keep plugging away. I have a passion for what I do, and I try.
See, that's the key right there, because you have that passion. So whether if you get a big name or not, but that you feel that you're still successful,
right.
But you have that passion because you want to share your gift to everybody, with everyone.
I do, and I don't know
why.
where. Yeah, exactly, Grizz. I don't know where that comes from, but I know it's present, and it keeps me going. I get out of bed with ideas, or I go to sleep and it's like, oh, I have to do this, and I get out of bed and do that. It's a 24/7 commitment, and at one point in time, somebody said, how did you pick music? I said, it picked me. It's like every time, I never thought of doing it professionally when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did, on a recent interview, I did remember that I wrote a report, like in elementary school, I think I was in 6th grade, that said, what do you want to do basically when you grow up? And I wrote, be an entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something.
Yeah.
But I never, thought you could, do it as a profession and make a living.
Right.
And I have my entire life, and I'm so grateful for it. So yeah, it's interesting. The journey is definitely interesting. Just don't ever give up. Just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you like it, if you like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. There's 3 more guesses. Okay, I already said Jeff Ballard, right? Jeff Watts. Then she also put Terry Lynn Carrington. Sorry, Castella.
It's 2 names. It's not 3 names. It's 2 names. That's it.
And is it a male?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, sorry. It's TLC, she's good.
We're playing 21 questions now.
Okay, there's some more. Okay, Tyshawn Sorry. No. Mark Juliana.
No.
Ryan Blade or Eric Harland.
No.
Nope. Sorry, Carmen.
Wow. We are working for that CD.
I work too, so we're good.
Look.
I got a guess.
Go ahead.
Ray Mack.
Good guess.
She wasn't counting the chair that you play with. No, not the chair. Sorry.
I have to plug in my computer. It says that my computer is about to go. So
Okay.
my plug's on the other side. Should I go get the plug, or do you want to play a song now, or what do you think here?
I'll go into another song and then we'll come back. Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Sorry about
Cool.
No, that's
problem.
quite okay. We'll go into another track. We'll actually do She Closed Her Eyes in Paris.
Good. I'll tell you the story about it when we come back. How about that?
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, cool. Keep it locked, folks. We'll be right back. was nice. That was really, really nice. And
Rocking.
yes, it was. And so you were actually going to tell us a little bit about that. She closed her eyes in Paris, because that was beautiful. I actually saw your video earlier. Yeah, it was actually, I think it was yesterday when I watched it. So I thought it was really nice. But go ahead, tell us about it.
Thank you. The video you mean that I did live when I played the song on my One Girl 88 Keys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So I started this song. I went to Paris. Actually, I went to Paris when I was on a gig in Sweden many years ago because I wanted to see the Eiffel Tower. You know, and I walked around that square in front of the Eiffel Tower till the lights went up. And then I went back again to visit, and I didn't have a gig there this time. And I was walking, you know, all around the town, Champs-Élysées, and just all the beautiful stuff in that city.
Right.
And there was a couple crossing the street. You know, you stop at the light, and the traffic was coming, and they were holding hands. And she was like, she kind of snuggled close to him, and he looked at her, and they kissed. And it wasn't like, you know, a big sloppy wet kiss. It was just like they were almost just holding their lips like on each other's, you know, on the side of each other's cheeks. And she had her eyes closed, and she was so in love with him, and she was so enamored with him. And I thought, here she is in Paris. You've got the Eiffel Tower, the Champs-Élysées, and she's closed her eyes in Paris. And so the vocal version, you guys just heard the instrumental, but the vocal version, the words are, she closed her eyes in Paris. She closed her eyes in Paris. So much to see, she looked to him instead. In her mind, a chance to pull him close inside, to pull him close into her heart. She closed her eyes in Paris. So, and it was kind of romantic. Yeah. So then I get this message on Instagram from a person named Sasha, Sacha, and said, I live in Paris and I play your song every single day. It means a lot to me. And I said, that's great. You know, I'm so appreciative. And the person wrote back and said, yes, when I walked to high school, I listened to your song as I walked to high school. So I got on a live stream and I said, this is from Sasha. She walks to high school every day listening to my music. And then he wrote back and he said, well, I'm actually a boy. I said, oh, okay. So then I went on, I said, you know, it's kind of like our names in America, Terry or Lynn, or, you know, you could be male or female. And so he writes me all the time and he says, I just love Paris. It's so special to me. And it's like, wow, how far reaching is that?
Yeah.
Yes.
No doubt.
And see that right there, because he just fell in love with that song, and it meant a lot to Sasha. And it brings me to a quote from your fans. Let me read it real quick for those of you that didn't read my promo here. Let me quote. It says, "This is music from talking about Lisa's music. This is music that comes from the heart with soul. Prepare to fall in love with Lisa's music. It will take you to a place you'll want to stay."
Aww.
And that is very true. I mean, because once I was able to really get it, you know, just indulge and just kind of really hone into your music and just sit back and listen to it. And I'm like, it's true what they said. That quote is really, it's right on. Spot on.
Thank you.
Well, it makes me think, you know, hell of a bottle of champagne and laid up in my arms, and we sitting in the sun and said, how you say it? Like the governor of France, just looking at the people and hugging up. That made me feel.
I love it. I love that setting. That's a great setting.
Yeah.
And I speak French in the middle of in the song. I mean, I originally thought I was gonna like give a story in French, but not everybody knew. So elle ferme les yeux. She closed her eyes à Paris, and she closes her eyes in Paris. And then dans l'obscurité, like out of the darkness, you know, because her eyes are closed and she's just with him. And let's see, son cœur écoute, so her heart listens. Son cœur, you know, it courts your heart. Écoute is listening. So I put a little sprinkles in there because it's about Paris.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you have to drink champagne in Paris. I
There
mean,
you go. Yay. Yay.
territory.
And Gary's like, yay, yay.
Yeah, I hit that on the head because I've been to Paris, you know. we were sent to Germany, so we had a chance to go to Paris, and things with the federal government. And we sat out there, watched the people go by. I said, shoot, I feel like the governor friend. I'm just people walk just like the other folks doing.
It's different. I mean, the culture is different. It's a very clean city. It's a very elegant city. Take into account how old their country is and all the architecture, but the buildings are beautiful.
Yeah.
And they maintain it, and it was very special. So.
Yeah, it was sad too when the news came out when Notre Dame was damaged by fire. That just broke my heart, because I've always wanted to see the architecture in that church, because it's just amazing. And I was like, even though I'm not Catholic, but I can still appreciate the artwork.
Sure.
It's a beautiful, or was a beautiful structure.
Right.
Well,
It's just heartbroken to know that it just. Oh.
But they rebuilding that. They're doing preservation on it now.
Well, yeah, but it's still
bring it
it's
back up.
not
Well,
the original.
It's not
but
the original, but
building.
Right.
But it's not going to be the same. Still, it's not going to have the same.
Yeah.
It's still.
It's cool though, that the church used to be, they were the benefactors. They were the ones that had the money to pay artists. So
Yeah.
God bless them, and so they had the best artists come and build the most beautiful, intricate. The Notre Dame is so intricate.
Oh yeah.
But you just come to think that during World War II, a lot of those buildings was not destroyed. That's what was amazing.
Right.
Yep. It was. Oh, okay. Let me before the chat keeps going for me. Carmen put in a few more.
Okay.
Guesses.
Let's
She
hear
said,
it, Carmen.
Okay, Bill Stewart, Justin Faulkner.
Nope.
Okay, and let me see if I can pronounce this one. Ari Honig.
Nope.
Then there was another one. Nashit Waits.
No, but Carmen, you're coming up with all sorts of guesses.
Wow. Well, you know what? What I would like to do, because I wanted to do this sometime in the show, but
Maybe I'll just give a CD to the person who guesses the most.
Yeah.
Carmen so far.
Well, while they're
Carmen's
still
winning so far.
right, while they're still guessing, I guess I want to play that video of High Heels. I want people to visually see your video. So, is there something you want to tell us about the making of it as well?
Well, that was darn interesting. There's one segment where I'm walking in those glittery boot high heels with the heels about this high, and I was walking on a curved, I was walking curved, separate, like in the theater. It was in a theater. So as you walk into a theater, there's a part where you can, walk through, and then there's a little kind of balcony, and then there's the first row of the balcony. It was curved, and I was like, wobbling, and they said, "Do you want to do this?" No, not unless I have, and it was like a 6-foot drop down.
Ooh.
Wow.
Not unless I have somebody holding my hand. It was like, right. And okay. So that was fun. I'm trying to remember everything in the video. Well, I just wanted to, portray a feminine aspect of this song, because, it's about animals, and the name of my record company is Little Black Dress Records. So, I'll probably have a song called Lipstick in the future or something. Or a little black bag to go with my little black dress or something. I don't know.
Cool. Okay. Well, let's let everybody see the video, and then we'll come back. And of course, if you just tune in, we are still having some great conversation and fun with our guest, Miss Lisa Addeo, right here on the show. So let's get ready to premiere the video, and then we'll come back. Keep it locked right here.
Sounds good.
Cool.
We muted?
Yes.
Hey guys, it's Lisa Addeo at home here. How are you? So, a lot of times people say, don't look back. I'm not sure I really agree with that. Because you can look back and see where you were and how far you've come, especially in a time like this. I think what we do with our downtime is going to impact how we get through this. So I'm wishing you well. I'm wishing you stay safe, stay healthy. On that note, I'm going to play a song I wrote. It's my new single. It's called What You Know About That. There's two versions. There's an instrumental version and a vocal version. I'm going to do the instrumental version. Although those of you who have seen me play live know that anything can happen, right? So here we go. Let's see what happens now. you know about that? Bum ba da bum do 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 do. Bum ba da da bum bum ba dum dum ba da yum dum ba da do dum bum ba da do 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 do. Do do do. What you know about that? Bum ba da da do. What you know about that? What you know about that? Yeah. The very thought of you, and I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone ought to do. I'm living in a kind of daydream. I'm happy as a king and foolish though it may seem to me. That's everything. The mere idea of you, the longing here for you. You'll never know how slow the moments go till I'm near to you. I see your face in every flower, your eyes in stars above. It's just the thought of you. It's the thought of you, my that's everything. The mere idea of you, the longing here for you. You'll never know how slow the moments go till I'm and stars above. It's just the thought of you. The very thought of you. Oh yeah, my love. The mere idea. My love.
Okay then.
All right, we're back.
Yay!
Yeah. Yeah, sorry for the delay there. On my side, my stuff froze up, so I don't know what happened, but I had to reboot and everything.
It's okay.
So we're back.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
But, Chris, do you have any more guesses?
Oh, Well, Keith came up with Omar Hakim. Sorry,
Nope.
Keith, she's gonna get because the way when I put in the chat to Carmen that she was really warm with Antonio Sanchez.
Right.
So meaning that it's going to be Hispanic artists. So now Miss Lisa has a hint that
Yes.
she wants to give. So
What we're doing is we're trying to guess who the percussionist is on the remix of my next single. So, he did some composing and playing in ABC TV's Dancing with the Stars. I got really quiet. They're like, Dancing with the Stars. Let's see.
You know,
I don't know.
I can visit him, but I can't remember his name.
Oh, Ray's on it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I can vision.
So whoever
he can
has
vision.
I can vision the person. I can see it. I can see him.
No, he said that he could vision. Westbound says Lenny Castro. No, sorry, Wes.
Getting warmer. So I said whoever guesses the most gets one CD, but now I'm going to give 3 CDs away. So whoever guesses, the most times, the 3 people that guess the most times. So we're going to get a lot of CD, a lot of guesses coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Carmen, keep guessing. You're number 1 right now. I want you to
come on, Costello. You were like the second one.
The race.
A race.
So far, the top 3 are Carmen, Pauline, and Castella. Those are the top 3 so far.
All right, good.
Carmen, Castella, and who? I'm sorry.
Pauline,
okay.
Colleen Keithley. Colleen, C-O-L.
Oh, yeah.
L-E-N.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Well, we have about 15 minutes. Ladies, keep it coming. I would keep guessing, but it's unfair.
Colleen, Paul Schaefer is not Hispanic.
No.
But he like Spanish food. Yeah. So I heard you play some tunes from a kind of daydream CD, Gary.
Yeah.
So that was fun. The very thought of you. I mean, and Joyce said, that song goes way back, and it does. And I mean, some of those songs way back, but it's beautiful. The melody is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The mere idea of you. I mean, I love those lyrics. They're so romantic.
Yeah.
I was invited by Seriously Sinatra to do a show called Playing Favorites, and I think I might have played. I was allowed to play like 2 of my songs. A lot of Frank. I played some Lady Gaga. I played some Paul McCartney. It was an hour-long show, and I played that song. It was just so beautiful.
Nice.
And what's so special? It's a beautiful song, but the lyrics are so meaningful. And back then, and even now, but you have the pop culture, if you will, where the lyrics are not as meaningful, but it's to get attention, whether it's good or bad. But back then, like Autumn Leaves, those lyrics, they had so much meaning and, used a lot of, I can't think of the word. What's the word that, when you learned in English class?
Imagery or something?
Imagery, yes, it's imagery, but there's another metaphor. Things, you know what I mean? And it really was just really deep. And sometimes we kind of miss those type of lyrics.
They're juicy and they're really good. I'm living in a kind of daydream. I'm happy as a king, so a kind of daydream, that's what the title of the CD came from, or I see your face in every flower, your eyes in stars above. I mean, come on.
I talk about. That's what
I know, right? Just...
Those are beautiful lyrics.
Yeah,
Something that touches your heart. Look, I said it's music that soothes the savage beast instead of creating one.
That's really important these days, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And then also going way back from when we started the interview, when you sat down and played the song that you taught that you learned when you were a kid, and then your parents just said, okay, enough with that, and then you started playing it backwards. The fact that you were like 6 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you had the wherewithal to know how to do it backwards. A normal 6-year-old would not have done that.
Exactly.
At the age for you that you had the wherewithal to do that, and just like, wow, I would have never thought to play it backwards. It's like, how would you play it backwards? Unless I saw it in writing, there's no way I could have just thought in my mind doing it backwards and playing it backwards.
Right. Well, it's just like you kind of hear, you hear it, and so I thought, well, what can I do? I can't play it sideways. You can either go left or you can go right, and it's kind of like that with now when I compose. I mean, lots of times I don't sit at the piano and write. I kind of walk around it until I figure out what I want to do. Like on a kind of daydream, I didn't sit right down and write the arrangements. You think about it, that's why I like going, a walk on the beach or, somewhere beautiful, usually in nature. Joyce, you and I talked about that, getting out in nature and how that's soothing to our souls, so, and then I get quiet and I kind of hear stuff and take off on it, so it's always a fun adventure, always. And I love arranging. I remember I saw Frank Sinatra when I was 16 years old, and I walked in and his orchestra I went to this concert by myself, and my mom and dad had like season tickets. I don't know why I went by myself, but I walked in and I was late because I didn't know how to get into a theater. My parents had always taken me. So I walked in and I was late, and I got in the aisle and I froze from what I saw and what I heard. It was like I froze and I just stood there, and there was Mr. Sinatra on stage in his tux, and I thought, how does everybody know what note to play? I couldn't figure out how all the trombones and the trumpets and the saxophones and the string play, how did they know that? And they all had music in front of them. Right. And I figured out late in life that was being an arranger, and that's what I wanted to do. So I do it.
Amazing.
Wow.
That's cool.
I mean, the gift of music, it's amazing. I think sometimes that we don't realize that it's because my next CD's title is Hidden Treasures, because I don't think we realize the hidden treasures that are in us. You didn't know that. You were just being a 6-year-old. You had a treasure. And I think, I don't care how old you get, there's always some treasure in you that you can bring to the front.
Oh, true. I love your title. I love your CD title. Can't wait to hear it. You're so great. I still, discover stuff. I mean, the other night I was, just kind of warming up vocally and piano-wise, and, I can sit there and sing every note I play as I'm playing it. And at one point I felt like it wasn't even me doing it.
Wow.
So, it was,
I tell people
out of body, thing,
And I stopped and I said out loud, nobody was here, and I said out loud, where does that come from? I don't know where that comes from. I don't know what that means, but I can go and that's what I play. But I never, really owned that I can scat while I play, or just, the exact same note. It's weird.
Well, that sounds pretty good to me. You ought to start doing some scatting.
Yeah, I think I did on my last live stream.
Okay, all right.
A little bit.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's
love your voice. Well, I call that a divine connection.
I agree.
I tell people, even if you're not a believer, if you don't believe in God, you cannot deny how spiritual music is.
I agree with you. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
There's something there. There's something that hits our heart and breathes us, and we don't have to think about breathing because it's being taken care of. And what's doing that?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I love it. But I have a question for you. If you weren't doing music, what would you be doing? Or what do you think you would be doing?
When I was younger, I thought like being a professional tennis player, because I loved tennis, but I wasn't good enough, thank goodness. If I wasn't doing music, what would I do? I mean, I've always done it for a living. Going from gig to gig, scraping to get by, I always had gigs. What would I do if I wasn't? I don't. I would probably like to teach something. When I was a lifeguard, I taught kids how to swim, and that was very fulfilling. I mean, there were kids that would get. I'd always, put them in the shallow end, and there was. I'll never forget one kid got in the water with me, and he came up and he just put his arms around me. He was so scared, and he was this much taller than me. Possibly 6 feet tall. And I think he was, I don't know, maybe 11 or 12. He was very tall for his age. And he was so scared. I said, "You're fine." And so after like 6 weeks, he had his head in the water and he was paddling and swimming. And that was very fulfilling. So I don't know. I'd probably do something outdoors. I'm not good enough to be, professional golf by any stretch of the imagination. I might want to teach kids, how to play golf or, I don't know. I just think, something fun. That's a really interesting question, but I think I would teach something, and not piano. I don't like teaching piano.
Okay.
I don't do that. I don't know. It's not fun for me. But teaching somebody something and seeing them be able to do it and have that confidence to go out in the world and bring that wherever they go. I mean, that's really fulfilling. So
nice. I think it should be called coaching. Like vocal coaching, that oftentimes I hear a professional sax player and I don't want lessons. I like what you're doing. Can you coach me just for a month? Can you just do this for me? And I think that as instrumentalists, like you are, that maybe we should call it something else, coaching, where you're not teaching as such, but you're just coaching somebody. And because your technique is awesome, the way you flow. And I'm impressed that you can sing and play at the same time. I have a hard time reading bass and treble clef. I can't do that. I just can't.
But that's interesting, Joyce, because I have coached people. People have called me to, be like the producer and director of their live shows. So I have coached people, and then other, friends have called and said, "Can you coach my daughter or do you teach?" I said, "No, but I coach," and I've done that. So yes, I enjoy that. Somebody that has their technique established already, and they want like a bigger picture perspective. Like when I played Radio City Music Hall, I learned so much from that show, watching the rehearsals, watching them put that show together, and it kind of gave me a great, my lights and stuff. I decorate sets and do stuff because the fans like it. So we're all doing what we do. You, Joyce, musically, and all of you do. It's for the people to, to enjoy it. So let's do our best. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Okay, there's some more guesses real quick before we leave.
Sure.
There's Luis Conte.
Winner, chicken dinner.
All right, down. All right, Warner. Woo!
Warner.
Who gets that?
Westbound.
He got it.
Say it again. It broke up. Who guessed it?
Westbound. His actual name is Warner.
Warner.
He's in Germany.
Right.
How did you get that? How did he get that?
I don't know, because I saw it. I was like, well, that could be it.
Oh, that's who it is. He played with Madonna, James Taylor. He has a roster of people: Pat Metheny, Eric Clapton, Carlos Santana, Phil Collins, Stewart, and Shakira.
Nice. Good job, Werner. Good job.
And you guys hear it? I can't play it for you yet, but I will. When you hear it, I mean, it's just Luis. He's so good, and he knows all about Miami and Cuban coffee. So we're talking about where's the best. We got to get the best Cuban coffee recipe.
Very good.
Way to go.
Yes.
Awesome.
Cool.
Okay, well, we're about out of time, but before we do depart, Lisa, thank you so much for hanging out with us today and sharing everything, and please let everybody know where they can keep up with you online.
Okay. All right, LisaAddeo.com. ADDEO.
Okay, that's easy.
It's easy.
Yeah.
OneGirl88keys.com. I just got that too. OneGirl88keys.com.
Okay.
So
I love that.
you can get me there too.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me, you guys. It's so a pleasure to meet all of you, and it was really fun. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome. You're always welcome to come back as well, and
Thank you.
we definitely really really enjoyed having you on today. Really did. And but for those tuning in, if you happen to tune in late, there will be a replay of this afterwards. So you can definitely be able to catch that. And then of course next Thursday, the audio will be aired over at with gosh.
Nigel.
Yeah, Nigel. Over in the UK. Over in the UK. I'm still trying to figure out what was going on with my technical stuff here earlier.
A little distracted.
Yeah, just a little bit, but it'll be airing over there Thursday, next Thursday. So for those that listen over in that part of the world, hope you enjoyed that. And again, we enjoyed you very much. So Lisa, thank you. Okay, and I guess Grizz will fill us in. Well, of course, next week we're gonna take a break next week before our next show. So, but Grizz will give us the information about that as far as that goes. And I just want everybody to have a great weekend. And thanks for tuning in. Really do thank you very much. All right, Joyce and Ray.
What a pleasure to have you on the show today. I'm so glad we met as Jazzy Sisters.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to more. I'm just totally happy for your success this year. When I read that, I was just like, come on, women, come on, Jazzy Sisters. And I look forward to the next gathering that we have. And like you said, even more Jazzy Sisters coming together. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
People in the chat room, I'm always encouraging you when we have a guest to go and support their music on Spotify, Pandora, whatever that you can do to add them to your playlist. And of course, like this video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Mac?
Well, Lisa, it's our pleasure having you on the show today, and I really enjoyed you. There's no doubt. They kept telling me to turn down the music so they can talk, as we was on break, but you know how that goes sometimes. But the only thing I can say, y'all have a good weekend. See you later. Bye.
Okay. Nice to meet you. We're going to get you CD 40 for your chair, by the way.
Yeah. I'm at the Batman another chair. I'm sick of buying chair.
I know we're getting used to the chair now.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same, right?
Yeah.
Right. All right, Grizz, sorry about that.
Lisa, it was great to meet you finally, and thank you for spending the whole that we were able to have you for the whole, because there's some other stuff that was going on, but that one didn't come through. So Lisa got to be here for the whole show, which is awesome. Awesome.
It is.
And again, thank you for playing live, because we love it when an artist sits down and plays live. So I was like, we love that.
Yeah.
So thank you. Real quick, did you still want to send the other two, like the other two top? Okay. We'll get with them later in Messenger.
Sure.
So that will be Carmen and it'll be I'll have to count with Castella and Colleen to see which one will be second.
Okay.
But anyway,
And Ray.
thank you. Oh, quiet. Papa's quiet. Oh, I was talking to you right now. Anyway, everyone, have a great weekend. Like Gary said, we will be taking a break next week. Not sure as far as May 1st, because I'm still waiting to hear back from that artist, so I don't know what's going to happen yet. So just be on the lookout. Mm-hmm. Be safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend. Love you guys. Ciao.
All right, everybody. See you next time.
Ciao.